In February 1974, a delivery person knocked on a science fiction writer's door. She was carrying pain medication. She was wearing a necklace. And the instant he looked at it, a simple fish symbol, an ichthys, something cracked open inside his mind. He would spend the rest of his life trying to understand what happened to him. What followed was 8 years, 8,000 handwritten pages, and a cosmology so strange it makes most science fiction look timid. His name was Philip K. Dick, and what happened to him in February and March of 1974, what he called simply the 2374 event, may be the most elaborately documented mystical experience in modern history. Today we're going to go deep into that experience, what he saw, what he concluded, and why his conclusions about the nature of reality might matter more now than when he first wrote them down. Before we get to the visions, we need to understand who Dick was, because he was genuinely strange even before 1974. Born in 1928 in Chicago, Dick grew up in California, spent most of his life broke, and by his own estimation wrote approximately 44 novels and 121 short stories, not because he was commercially successful, he wasn't, but because he was constitutionally incapable of stopping. He was a man possessed by a single question, dressed up in different clothes across 5 decades of work. What is real? Not in the cute philosophical sense, he meant it with the urgency of someone who genuinely wasn't sure. Do androids dream of electric sheep? The basis for Blade Runner asks whether empathy is a real thing or a performance. The Man in the High Castle imagines a world where the Nazis won, but then asks whether that world might be more real than the one we think we inhabit. A Scanner Darkly is a drug novel about a man so surveilled and so chemically altered that he can no longer tell where he ends and surveillance begins. His protagonists are people who wake up inside realities that don't quite add up. People who find the seams. And here's the thing, Dick wasn't writing metaphor. He was writing autobiography, even when he didn't know it yet. By 1974, Dick was 45, he was living in Santa Ana, he had been through 5 marriages, a suicide attempt, years of amphetamine use, and a break-in at his own home 3 years earlier. His file cabinet had been blown up, his papers ransacked. He never fully figured out who did it, but he was pretty sure it was the FBI. Either way, the uncertainty never left him. He had recently had 2 impacted wisdom teeth removed and was on pain medication. He was, by most accounts, in a fragile state. And then the delivery person knocked on his door.